Hello, we are Team Chessie from Hereford High School. Hereford is a very agriculturally focused community, and many of our farms use fertilizers to help their crops grow. Fertilizers are carried by rainwater into streams, and the nutrients in the fertilizers are ending up in the Chesapeake Bay and disrupting the ecosystem.
The solution we came up with to address our issue was making semi-permeable gelatin spheres that could contain algae which would filter nutrients out of the water. These spheres would be held using a netted box.
Team Chessie ran 2 trials with the Algae Filter. In these trials we tested 2 different box designs. One was our own original idea and the other designed with Randy Hammond, a mechanical engineer from Johns Hopkins University.
We placed each box in a 5-gallon bucket with distilled water that was proportionally polluted with fertilizer so that the nitrate and phosphate levels were within the measurable range of our testing kit. We periodically checked the nutrient levels and were thrilled to see that the phosphate levels significantly decreased. However, we were puzzled when the nitrate levels skyrocketed. We believe this is because nitrogen-fixing bacteria were absent. Without them, the algae had no way to remove nitrates.
We traveled to 4 different elementary schools to teach and do a hands-on activity with the 4th and 5th grades. We taught 12 classes to 385 kids.
For our classroom agenda, Team Chessie walked the kids through a short presentation in which they learned about the background and importance of our project, the SWENext Challenge and the SWE organization, the importance of women in engineering, and how bias has hindered women in the engineering field.
The students made their own gel with the sodium alginate and calcium lactate. Food coloring and glitter were used to demonstrate the permeable membrane. The glitter simulated the algae. The food coloring represented the nutrient-filled water. The polluted water can move in and out of the membrane. When the algae photosynthesizes, it will take in some of the nutrients from the polluted water. The cleansed water then moves through the membrane.
We wanted every student to walk away with our learning objectives and an understanding that everyone can be an engineer or a scientist, no matter their age or gender. We ensured they learned these things by providing them with a take-home packet with environmentally friendly tips. We also added some questions specific to our project onto the student survey.
The survey results show that 88% of the kids learned something about our learning objectives, 80% rated our presentation an A, and 99% said they had fun.
We experienced some problems when trying to help the kids implement their designs for the community service. We originally wanted to go to Dundee Creek to test our ideas and designs in the real watershed. We were worried that algae might escape from the alginate and cause a devastating algae bloom to the actual ecosystem. We also realized it's very expensive and logistically challenging to take students on a field trip. Despite these challenges, we came across wonderful opportunities for community service work. Our principal, Joe Jaya, found us an opportunity at Pretty Boy Elementary School. Their principal explained how they used to have a beautiful butterfly garden with an outdoor classroom. They needed water storage system that could collect and store nearby water. All their previous plants had died because of the lack of water. This fits with our project perfectly. We talked with kids about how plants, including butterfly bushes, use their roots to filter out and prevent soil and fertilizers from running off.
Our Pretty Boy Surveys project is a fantastic opportunity because we cannot finish it in 1 year. This water system will become our project for the next engineering level at our school. This year, we worked with elementary school students to plant pollinator bushes, cleared the water tank of overgrowth, measured it, sketched possible designs for a self-filling water system, and purchased the supplies needed to build the system next year. We hope to improve Hereford High School by giving our presentations in 2 of the 9th grade science classes. In the future, we will improve the Hereford High School grounds. With the help of Devin Zahn, we surveyed the grounds with drones and pinpointed the place with the highest chance of nutrient runoff. We will then plant trees to replace the weakened buffer zone. The trees will help stop manure runoff from our patch from reaching the stream.
Our project utilized chemical engineering when we experimented with sodium alginate and calcium lactate, sustainable engineering with our community service water system, environmental engineering when we designed biofilters with algae-filled spheres, mechanical engineering when we 3D printed models of our possible box structures and made different prototypes with wire, and aeronautical engineering when we used drones to survey the topography of Hereford and Pretty Boy.
Our project did not require intensive advertising or other marketing efforts because we mainly worked with our principal to contact many of the elementary school principals in the area. We set up times to present to the students during school hours so that we didn't have to gather a group of kids.
Our budget totaled $606.69. Here you can see how our budget was spent.
Our project would not have been possible without all of our volunteers and advisors. We had frequent calls with our previous SWE advisor, Stephanie Sangun. She helped to answer project-related questions and helped to improve our designs and elementary school presentations. We also ran our presentation by 3 Purdue University alumni, including the head of the engineering department. Electrical engineer Elizabeth Hammond and mechanical engineer Randolph Hammond sat down on some of our elementary school presentations. They gave us honest feedback on what we could improve. Rachel Sangri, the civil engineering department chair at Johns Hopkins University, gave us counseling on how our project could be used in the engineering field. Former SWE members Melinda Peters and May Galardi gave advice and support with our SWENext Club. Team Chessie was often in touch with the Chesapeake Bay Foundation professional, along with numerous elementary school teachers and principals.
Team Chessie learned a lot about the SWE organization and all the different fields of engineering. While teaching 385 of the next generation students, we became closer as a group and more involved in our community.